An army command must provide all kinds of support for the soldiers to survive. The first support is the fire support, thus the enemy's attack capacity is reduced. Which is the most important? The best treatment is the prevention. The second is to treat soldiers if they are wounded. This allows for destabilizations of the army, but it seems that the Russian army has some problems with this these days. We continue to bring the Russia-Ukraine war to your screens. As you know, the Russian army has increased its efforts to put pressure on the Ukrainian army at some points. However, there is an important point that the Russian decision-makers overlooked. This is the Ukrainian army's determination and resolve to defend itself. This determination has been going on for nearly 2 years and has not decreased it often for a day. The Russian army's determination to attack and occupy is decreasing day by day because the conditions affect the Russian soldiers in this direction. Recently, a Russian journalist has shared quite remarkable information with the public. Among the most important points drawn attention by the Russian journalist is that the situation of wounded Russian soldiers. As you may remember, the last support package delivered by the United States to the Ukrainian army, including cluster bombs in the early days. Russian sources often claimed that these cluster bombs were not game changers. However, the big confession came. So what is this confession about the cluster bombs? Let's take a look at the developments together. As the pioneer team, we are making an intense effort to continue to report the most critical information and present it to you. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so as not to miss our daily map reports and reports on the agenda. You can also help us reach more people by commenting on our videos. I'm also trying to read all your comments. Let's just start. You're ready, the pioneer reports. Let's us start here. As you know, there is increasing pressure from the Ukrainian army on the front line. Mostly Ukrainian artillery units are active in this area. However, we can't say that the cluster munitions are used. On the Hon front line, the area where the cluster munitions are more common is around Avdiivka. In other words, it would not be wrong to say that the Russian troops on the Donetsk front line were targeted with cluster bombs. According to the latest information we have obtained from the Russian source, we have the information from our Ukrainian Marines about several of the bridgeheads created on the other part of the Dnieper River. They say that it should be enough to start the extension of this landing operation to the Russian-controlled territories. Okay, so this is the official publication from the UA Marines. It confirmed that the success in getting the ground and creating several of the bridgeheads. I think the biggest one now is in Kinky, and it is the most recent point of the Ukrainian Ling operation. Also, Marines landed across the Antony Bridge, which was severely damaged, and now Ukraine is unable to restore it. Also, kind of the interesting bridge. Head over here. Probably Ukraine used this direction and the parallel small river to create it, so zelensky town might be taken from 2 of the directions. It's awesome. The L operation was conducted successfully over here, and this is the railroad bridge over here, and also here is one more vector for Ukrainian landing operation. Totally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Also, before there was the landing operation in Kazasi like Seaside. Russian severe losses took some of the prisoners, including officers, and retreated back, so I would say it's the serious manner, the intention to send more reinforcements to this shore. Let's go for the news source that I like the most. We are speaking about the ground news, and they have the part where you may find all of the related articles dedicated to the war in Ukraine. Let's check out all of the related latest stories about Ukraine. So, for example, this one, Zelensky gave the big interview today to the press, and he says that we had some problems with the shell supplies to Ukraine because of the war in Middle East. According to the last information, some of the shells that should have been delivered to Ukraine are now sent to Israel. Obviously, it's not good for us, but usually winter military campaigns are more or less standstill. But for sure, we need military ammunition for the springtime. Hopefully, the new military support from the United States will be approved. Why do I like this website? Because it gives me lots of the alternates to read different sources, different articles based on the buy distribution. We may say over here, so left, right, or central media sources cover this topic, and you may find every article on the left. Also, you have the factuality report. 0 of the sources are low factuality. It means that it is based on the actual truthful information. What I also like is the map feature. You may find